Getting a lot of questions these days about whether government authorities here within the United States and whether government authorities in England, for example, or the European Union can actually prosecute American citizens for their speech. The reason I'm getting these questions is because the United Kingdom, the highest level authorities in that country, are threatening to extradite American citizens for the expression that they are engaging in online. Likewise, the European Union, the highest level, the most powerful law enforcement authorities in these governmental entities are threatening prosecution. And while that's happening right here in the state of Michigan, we have the highest level law enforcement authority sending letters out. One letter went to a person threatening prosecution for the expression that they had engaged in. And so let me remind the international folks first that they have entered into treaties with the United States and with each other around the world that says they will not violate the free exercise of conscience. They will not violate the freedom of expression. And it's an evil thing they're doing because they're taking, freedom of speech and they're recharacterizing and they're calling it conduct so that they can, get around some of these provisions. So this is a very, very dangerous thing. A number of years ago, I was asked to speak in front of Parliament. And when I was there, I kind of foresaw some of this coming. And so, this is what I told them. I told them that state-sanctioned speech suppression inhibits a citizen from participating in the political and policy-making process. It also involves, very often, too often, persecution of Christian citizens, which absolutely precludes their ability to even serve in government at all. And that is absolutely wrong. So censoring an idea simply because the idea is informed by ancient sacred tenets, or informed by truth, it prevents, many, many years, thousands of years of wisdom from informing the public ethic. A citizen who's religious, for example, who attempts to inform the public ethic, should not be punished. They shouldn't be prosecuted simply because the citizen's ideas are informed by sincerely held religious truths or other truth for that matter. In a democracy, in democratic institutions, religious liberty and freedom of expression is not needed to protect the ideas of those with whom those in power agree. It's needed to protect those who express ideas with which those in power do not agree. And the highest election authority, for example, in the state of Michigan, now is posting a place to have citizens report other citizens, and to saying, you want to find out if what they're saying is true or not, go to these websites. And then I look at these websites, and they're far left websites with very far left political agendas of their own. And so, if we are going to protect freedom in this nation, we have to stand up and understand that, we don't need freedom of expression to protect the ideas of those with whom those in power agree. It's needed to protect those who express ideas with which those in power do not agree. And the test of a functioning moral democratic institutions is not whether the government protects speech with which it agrees. It is whether it will protect expression that it abhors and doesn't like. And so European Union, United Kingdom, state of Michigan, we stand on the shoulders of giants, and you are knocking down, our fundamental, unalienable rights to a point where someday somebody else may be in power that doesn't like the ideas that you have. And so the test of a functioning moral democracy and moral democratic institutions is not whether government protects speech with which it agrees. It's whether it will protect expression that it doesn't like. And instead of censoring or punishing speech, the answer, at least in democratic institutions valuing freedom, it must always be more speech, not censoring the speech that you don't like. Selective enforcement and punishment of a citizen's expression sends a bitter chill throughout the citizenry in democratic institutions. And so government suppression of disfavored expression is never going to be a healthy thing for a democratic institution that values good governance under the rule of law. Institutional integrity cannot exist without personal virtue. And good governance and civic institutional integrity rest on the virtue of its citizens, and religious ideas, for example, support and nurture this virtue and should therefore always be permitted within the marketplace of ideas. Until next time, this is Professor William Wagner for Faith, for Freedom, and for such a time as this.